Hi, boys and girls. I have an extra little bonus book. This is called Merry Christmas Squirrels, and it's so much fun because it's actual photos of squirrels. Now, at the elementary school, we give Miss Garber a hard time about squirrels because she doesn't like them so much. So, let's read Merry Christmas Squirrels. Look at that picture. Isn't that fun? I can get it so it doesn't have glare in it for you. This is one of the newer books we have. I think this would have been the first Christmas you guys could have checked it out, so you'll get to see it this way. Most squirrels spend their winter days hiding acorns in the snow. Not Mr. Peanuts. He is a most unusual squirrel. Let's see what Mr. Peanuts does. Christmas is coming, and it's Mr. Peanuts' favorite holiday. He is full of Christmas spirit. Look, he has a little hat. He checks his mailbox every day for Christmas cards. One day, Mr. Peanuts receives a letter from Cousin Squirrel. Dear Mr. Peanuts, please come for a visit and spend the Christmas holidays with me. I promise it will be your best Christmas ever. Sincerely, Cousin Squirrel. Look at his little tiny mail. Mr. Peanuts thinks a visit is a great idea. It'll be fun to spend the holidays with his cousin. He gathers up his favorite Christmas sweaters. He has one for every day of his trip. He starts to pack. Who would have thought a squirrel could have so many things? He's getting all ready. See a little suitcase. Before he can go, Mr. Peanuts has to make a path with his snowblower. It's a little noisy for the other forest creatures, but soon his driveway is clear. Now he can hop into his convertible and drive to Cousin Squirrel's house. Excuse me. Don't forget to put the top up, Mr. Peanuts. Those crazy pictures. Have you ever seen a squirrel in a car before? When Mr. Peanuts arrives, Cousin Squirrel is very happy to see him. This Christmas will be so much fun now that I have a friend to spend it with, said Cousin Squirrel. Come inside. How do you think they get all these pictures? At the end, it's going to tell us. Oh my, look at this picture. He has a little kitchen, doesn't he? A little old-fashioned stove. He has a teapot. He has food. Let's see what this page says. Cousin Squirrel brews a hazelnut latte for Mr. Peanuts. This is delicious, said Mr. Peanuts. Look, there's even a little tiny cupcake down there. Do you see that? He's drinking out of his teacup, isn't he? Cousin Squirrel wants to show Mr. Peanuts the squirrels can have fun in the snow. What are these? Said Mr. Peanuts. Snowshoes, said Cousin Squirrel. Trying to put, have you ever seen those where you put them on your feet and they make it so you don't sink into the snow? Later they go sledding. Mr. Peanuts zooms down the hill. Just look at that squirrel go. Oh gosh, look. What is that they're making? You know what that's called? It's kind of round with a door opening. The two squirrels build an igloo. That's what it's called, an igloo. Now we have another hiding spot for our acorns, said Cousin Squirrel. They are, after all, still squirrels. What's he doing on this page? He's building a snowman, isn't he? Cousin Squirrel builds a snowman. Mr. Peanuts thinks the snowman looks very fashionable indeed. He even has a hat and a scarf, doesn't he? Ooh. I bet some of you would like that. Would you ride in it or would you eat it? I'm guessing you might eat it. Let's see what Mr. Peanuts does. Next, Mr. Peanuts and Cousin Squirrel build a gingerbread train. It is the perfect size to ride in, but Mr. Peanuts would rather eat it. He never gets treats like this at home. That's a pretty special one. It has a lot of candy on it, doesn't it? It's just his size, isn't it? It's getting cold out here, said Mr. Peanuts. I know, Cousin Squirrel said, we should build a campfire. You see their campfire. The open fire is warm and perfect for roasting chestnuts. Mr. Peanuts and Cousin Squirrel sing carols until the sun goes down. Time to go home, said Cousin Squirrel. It's Christmas Eve and we have a very big day tomorrow. Oh, look what they're doing. They're reading by the fire. Do you see their books? Good little squirrels reading. Makes me so happy. After wrapping presents, Mr. Peanuts and Cousin Squirrel sit in the warm living room by the fire and read together. Cousin Squirrel's favorite book is "'Twas the Nut Before Christmas." Have you heard of the book called "'Twas the Night Before Christmas"? But they're making this one be "'Twas the Nut," since it's squirrels. That's what they like, right? Mr. Peanuts prefers the Nutcracker. Some of you have probably seen, now you can see the titles on their books a little better. You've probably seen the play, The Nutcracker, the ballet. They try to wait for Santa to arrive, but before long they feel their eyes and their whiskers getting very heavy. That's an expression. They say when your eyes are heavy, that means you're getting tired, like you can't keep them open, they feel heavy to you. So they're getting sleepy. Look. When Mr. Peanuts and Cousin Squirrel wake up on Christmas morning, there are lots of presents under the tree. That is lots of presents. Look at their cute little tree. Cousin Squirrel has a present from Mr. Peanuts. He can't wait to see what's inside. Peanuts, he said. This is the best present a squirrel could ask for. Mr. Peanuts has a gift from Cousin Squirrel, too. What can it be? He opens it. What do you think's in there? Ah, you gave me peanuts, too, said Mr. Peanuts. This is just what I wanted. Merry Christmas, squirrels. Isn't that a silly book? Could squirrels do all those things? They kind of did, right? Because they took their pictures. And then it talks about these books. And this is the interesting part. It says this woman, who's the author, Nancy Rose, this is in her backyard in Canada. And she makes all these little tiny props that we saw. And then she sets them out and she waits for squirrels to come and she takes photos of them. And it said she doesn't Photoshop or change any of the photos. She actually gets them in all these poses. So like this, I am guessing she made something look like fire because I don't think the squirrels would go close to the fire, but she would build all this and then wait till they get there. And then she takes their pictures and it said in the back that sometimes it takes over 100 pictures to get one. So like she might set this out and she might have to take 100 of them before she gets just the pose she wants. And she builds all her little props or buys them, and it said that this little stove came all the way from Germany. So sometimes she buys them, but she'll set them out and wait for the squirrels in her backyard to go check, and that she'll put peanuts in them to make them go over and look. So there's probably in real life a little peanut in that teacup to get the squirrel to go over. Isn't that funny? And it said it was hard to do because squirrels move so fast. So you have to take quick pictures. So all of those, she built different things or set out different things to get actual photos of squirrels. That's pretty crazy and pretty fun. So there we go. There's one last shot of Mr. Peanuts at Christmas. I hope you enjoyed that one. I think it's a fun book. Make you look at squirrels a whole new way. Maybe you could set up little things outside your house and catch squirrels in funny poses. I'll talk to you guys next time. Have a great week. Bye.